I'm Dan McPherson. I'm an Executive Director at TSA Riley and Office Director of the Cambridge office. So we embarked on the refurbishment of our office to create a fun, sustainable, comfortable place to work for our people.
It's really nice to have such a brilliant space to bring clients. I think we've had a lot of compliments since we've been here, and it's also been great for the kitchen space to be used so heavily at lunch. Everyone's getting to be much more sociable and get away from their desk, which is great at breaking up the day.
At TSA Riley, we're focusing on planning, procuring, delivering, optimising and decarbonising. So naturally, decarbonisation and sustainability is a key element of what we do here. So it was one of those elements when we were refitting our office, we thought, how can we be promoting people to be more sustainable and decarbonise their projects if we don't do it in our own backyard? So hence it was really important for us that we made this as sustainable as possible, this project. Part of our fit out here at TSA Riley, one of the things we were keen to focus on was reusing as many of the materials as possible, both from our office and from our other offices across the UK, which included reusing as much of the furniture as possible, retaining the carpet and also the ceiling tiles. And my role was to oversee the team who are undertaking the carbon assessment to understand what the carbon impact of those net savings are and understand what the impact is of the other areas of new materials that were brought in. So the moss wall and part of our planting is obviously it's able to absorb the CO2 that some of the other elements of the refit have given off. So as an example, we're going to be labelling up all of these various elements with the carbon impact of the material, and in certain instances what that saving is by reusing something versus using new. And for the moss wall, roughly over the next 15 years or so, that will pay back for the very fancy and very nice zip boiler and zip tap we now have in our kitchen.
During the office refurbishment here, I was heavily involved in the cost management side of it. I was involved in design with Greta from the beginning, and just to sort of bringing together the general idea from our directors and how we wanted the project to turn out. It was interesting working with Greta. She gave us obviously a large sort of scope of ideas and different options we had, but using kind of the cost side of it, we used a lot of furniture up from our London offices, which was still sort of in keeping with how we wanted the project to look, but obviously kept the costs to a manageable kind of rate, and yeah, obviously still achieved a good look. So it was something we were happy with, and Greta was still happy with the overall look. So our directors wanted a more social space to use kind of in lunches, and a more kind of open area office that was just kind of more sort of modern.
The new office is really good. It's really encouraging people to come in more, and everyone's in 3 days a week, which is really nice. All the desks are the same, which means that we're working much more collaboratively, and the setup is perfect for when we're looking at in detail cost plans and measurement.
Wellbeing has been at the forefront of our design choices, creating a workspace that actively encourages movement, not just accommodates it. This wasn't just about a fresh coat of paint, it was genuinely about creating a space that supports our people, how we work, how we move, how we collaborate, and how we feel. From sit-stand desks to hybrid-ready spaces, our new layout promotes choice. So whether you prefer a quiet corner in either Hills or the Tuckaway, or you like a social setting, a seated desk, a standing desk, and yes, we are considering walking pads too. We're so proud of the result. Not just a smart office, but a people-first workplace that supports health, happiness, and high performance. A space that works for us because it was designed with us in mind. COEL were the construction partner of choice on this particular project. They demonstrated diligence, professionalism, and a great extent of flexibility throughout. No problem too big. The collaboration daily, being downstairs helped. Hopefully we weren't too much for George and the site team, but it was a project that went so well from start to finish. Everything done on time, and nicely, as we can say as quantity surveyors, it came within budget as well.